like they say, the challenges are where we can put out challenges to kind of encourage our students to meet specific goals. So you can challenge students to reach a time spent goal or number of trophies earned. So sometimes in the beginning of the school year, what we see is teachers will focus on the time spent, which I realize I didn't put my usage slide in. I usually have that in every training too. 40 minutes is what we recommend. So 40 minutes in each content area, each week in exact path for students to make that consistent 1 grade level's worth of growth that we want them to achieve in a school year. And even our students who may be 2 or 3 grade levels behind, still 40 minutes can be applicable for them, but then pairing that with that high quality instruction. So maybe using some of the resources from the Assess and Teach, or reviewing assignments with students, doing more of that small group and tutoring with the ones who are farther behind. So those are the ones we definitely recommend if they have larger gaps, is taking their data and pairing their activity time with high quality instruction. So brief sidebar on the timing. So a lot of teachers in the beginning of the school year will set a timing challenge. And so this week we want everyone to get 40 minutes. Or if I'm going to do it over 2 weeks, then 80 minutes. But I like to keep challenges kind of short, and usually not more than 2 weeks. Just especially our younger students, helps them stay focused. Older students, you could go longer if you wanted. But just to get students used to getting on the system. So just to get them, transitioning well, logging in, making sure they're spending time on their learning path. And again, like time in their activities, not necessarily just time in their home screen or anything like that. So maybe you set it lower to like 30 in the beginning, and then build your way up to the 40. I often encourage teachers to schedule more than 40. So maybe that's 2 25-minute sessions. So that way, if another lesson goes over and takes some time away, or again, our students are a little slow to get out their devices, get logged in and all those things, they still get that, if there's 5 minutes of transition time, they still get a good solid 20 minutes of actual instructional time. So again, teacher can decide, but I've just, heard teachers will motivate students with the time in the beginning. And then after that, once students are comfortable and they know how to go through their learning paths and understand what they're supposed to be doing, then they kind of will create a new challenge. So, you'd make separate challenges for a number of trophies, because now we want to see, and this kind of gives a teacher, okay, from my students, I'm seeing or getting about 2 trophies every 3 weeks or so. That seems to be a good balance for my students. So now we can do it a little bit longer. Over these next 2 months, let's see if we can get 5 trophies. So we start with minutes to get the students to, focus and go through the platform, but then we want to start focusing on the mastery. And then teachers want to have a reward set in place, they can, or they can just say, let's do a challenge and see who can get there. And you choose little fun icons for it. And the students will then see their challenge too. Your teacher set a challenge for you. And it includes the students by default, but you can remove students. So if you wanted to create a separate challenge, maybe there's students with accommodations or IEPs. So maybe you're going to give them, a lower number of trophies, just because that they have to do more review and more remediation than some of the other students. So maybe their challenge is that they get 3 trophies in the whatever time I said, month or 2. But yeah, and then the teacher can see the trophy, who finished them, and then it even gives them a little certificate if they want to print them out for the students. So the challenge isn't really a instructional resource, but it's more meant to help motivate students to get their time on the program or get the mastery while they're working on the program.